This video is sponsored by Mark Rober's Hack Pack. More on them later. The other day I was scrolling through ads when I stumbled onto content. These sci-fi hand cannons that shoot real 6-foot-long frickin' lightning bolts. And for once in my life, I wanted there to be an affiliate link. Apparently these are very complicated machines known as quasi-continuous wave dual resonant solid-state Tesla coils, or D's nuts for short. But nobody online sells D's nuts. The best I could do was this dodgy-looking AliExpress Tesla coil kit.
No instructions in here.
That I turned into this handheld thing.
Come on, that isn't 6 feet. That's not even a foot. Like, these nuts my ass. This Tesla coil actually is a lot of fun, but it's a miracle. It's a Ningbo Shenzhen miracle that this thing even works. It's not gonna shoot 6-foot lightning bolts. I need a lightning cannon, and you don't need to know why. Don't ask questions. I need it to be able to shoot directed electricity and actually hit a target. I just have no idea how to do that. So I asked the smartest people that I know for their Tesla coil ideas. That's right, you guys. Yes, you. Please, God, tell me you have good ideas. You sent me 1,000 ideas, and most of them make me wonder if you finished middle school. Wet lasso. Okay. Wow, that really doesn't do anything. Lightning yo-yo. What? What is a lightning yo-yo? Why is it that when we ask you for ideas, you guys take the idea and you just add the word yo-yo to it? You want a lightning yo-yo? I spent $20 on this solid metal yo-yo and stainless steel string, and if this doesn't somehow shoot a 6-foot lightning bolt, Oreo 132, I'm banning you from the channel. Oh, okay. That doesn't really yo-yo, but it looks pretty cool.
Maybe I wasn't clear enough what I'm asking for. We need to shoot electricity like this, or maybe like this, or is this electricity? I don't know. I've never seen Mythbusters.
Lasers. That's actually sci-fi as shit. I like that. Let's do lasers. I've got a burning laser around here somewhere. I just need to push these comments out of the way. Boy, I sure hope I have enough time to animate that happening. This is a 10-watt laser from my laser fly swatter project. It is powerful enough where if you look at the beam for even an instant without these special safety glasses, then you'll go blind. So if you don't have these at home, I guess just keep your eyes closed for this next part. I put the laser and all the electronics in this coffee tin because it's got some sensitive components that I think would explode if it raw dogged a Tesla coil. Let's test the laser on its own first. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that's the wood. Oh, it's on fire. Okay, so that laser is very hot, and according to you guys, it should be hot enough to create an ionized air channel that'll guide the lightning. Laser is on. Laser guided lightning in 3, 2, 1. Oh, is it following? Is it going down the laser? I don't think the lightning is following the laser. I think I found the paper you guys are referencing for laser guided lightning, and they used a terawatt laser. Tera, like 1 trillion watts. That's 100 billion times stronger than this laser.
An actual lightning bolt only has 1 billion watts of power.
So they're using a laser that's 1,000 times stronger than God. So now you guys are saying fire, because fire is like basically plasma. I agree. I think Ooga Booga, fire good. Ooga Booga, fire is caveman laser.
Big fire, good. We take big fire to metal donut, but taping things to big donut mess up donut size and shape. So we get little donut and tape crap to little donut to get equivalent. This is cringe. I don't know why I thought I could explain it like that. This is the stupidest. And if I'm wrong, you yell at me in the comments. I don't know.
I am becoming less optimistic about the range of lightning. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Okay. You just gotta get a little, oh yeah, okay. We're up to like 2 feet now maybe? Off. I think we got like an extra foot out of that. I was gonna review the footage on my phone, but my screen doesn't turn on anymore. Explain that one, scientists.
That is actually so freaking cool. The electricity is actually following along the path of the fire, but it only like breaks out at the end. It kind of looks like up until that point, it's almost like they're the same thing. Here's the problem with the fire, and I think it's the same problem that the laser has actually, where if you're hitting a target with a terawatt laser already, you don't really need the lightning anymore. So even if we did make a 6-foot long flamethrower and it did conduct electricity into the target, what is the electricity doing? We're already hitting it with a flamethrower. Does it look weird outside to you guys? Like there's approximately 50% less sunlight than normal? Oh, it hurts to stare at.
Here it is.
Did somebody say conductive gas? It makes a lot of sense. That's what all the other ideas we're trying to do anyways, is just make air conduct electricity. So why beat around the bush?
This is a tank of argon, and according to a bunch of cool videos I saw on the internet, the gas will come out of this tube, and when it gets close to the Tesla coil, it'll ionize and become conductive, and hopefully it'll shoot lightning out of this tube right into Larry. Firing, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Oh! Jesus! That's awesome! It just needs to be a little bit closer. Come on! Oh my God! Off! Okay.
I hope that looked cool here because that looked really cool in real life. The tube is already like a foot long, and then the gas maybe only comes out an additional foot. Like, this whole time, we've never actually made the lightning go much further. I have maxed out the flow rate on the little tank, and I believe now the lightning will shoot 1,000 feet. Gas is on. Coil is armed.
3, 2, 1. Oh, come on! Just die! Just die! Coil off!
That was the max flow rate, and it still looks really cool, but also it doesn't go any further.
If anything, it actually got a little worse.
Here's my game theory. I think the harder you try and blow conductive air, the more turbulent it gets, the more it breaks up. Like if you had a 4-foot column of unbroken argon gas, I guarantee you it would shoot electricity 4 feet. And I know that because I just taped a bunch of those tubes together to try and get a thumbnail shot.
But this doesn't really feel like shooting electricity. It's more of like a fancy cattle prod. I need more ideas.
And that's why this video is sponsored by Mark Rober's Hack Pack.
Hack Pack is a series of really fun robot kits for teens and adults.
Oh yeah.
Like this domino robot that sets up a path of dominoes wherever you draw a line, or this oversized custom label maker that uses a Sharpie and a roll of tape. Each box comes with a step-by-step video so you can learn engineering skills alongside Mark Rober himself.
This Hack Pack is this really cool desktop turret controlled with a remote that can shoot foam darts, which is very convenient because your next idea is shooting a dart with a metal wire.
The coolest part about the Hack Pack is that it works right out of the box like a Lego kit, but it's designed to be hacked and modified if you want to explore any of the ideas further. Here's my Hack Pack hack. I put all the electronics into this soda can so that they don't get fried by the Tesla coil, and the dart has a steel string attached to it now that I taped to the metal donut. So if you've always wanted to build something cool and you just weren't sure where to start, go to crunchlabs.com/AlanPan or use the link in the description. Using that link specifically helps the channel, and also you'll get a free Hack Pack on sign up as an early adopter bonus. Let's just say that. So thank you again to Hack Pack for sponsoring this video. Firing, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that didn't do anything. I should have never made fun of the lightning yo-yo. It honestly it's the best idea we've had so far.
I was so damn low, lightning yo-yo's cool, gotta sing this song.
Your next idea to shoot lightning is to use water. Don't worry, it's just piss in here. I think this is a great idea because if we use something like salt water, we know for sure that's going to conduct electricity. And it should be way easier to make a continuous stream of water than air. And I actually already have the perfect device to do this. This is ancient technology from 2015. These are the guts of my real burning lightsaber project. It's a metal pressurized syringe and shoots a needle-thin laminar stream of fluid out the front. So if we fill this thing with salt water instead of fuel and stick a
little metal donut on there, I think it should be able to shoot electricity at least 3 feet.
So I used Onshape, a free browser-based CAD platform, to model a little donut that I 3D printed and covered in aluminum foil tape. So right before I turn the Tesla coil on, I just have to press this button to start the saltwater stream.
We meet again, Larry. Firing, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Come on! Just a little. Whoa! There we go! Now we're getting somewhere! Whoa, wait! I can make the wood do weird things! Holy crap! Coil off! It was starting to look like something. This is looking like what I actually wanted. I think what we can try is there's a very tiny needle at the end of that syringe. We can start gradually moving up to larger and larger diameters. Hopefully that will increase the length like even more. Bigger hole test, 3, 2, 1. Oh! That is it! Oh my gosh! That's crazy. Look, it's arcing to like so many different places now. Holy crap! Look at that! Literally, all we have to do is keep stepping up the size of the syringe needle, and I think it's just going to keep getting better and better. Tesla coil off! This is the biggest needle that I have. I'm going to put this on, and we're just going to see what happens. Biggest nozzle, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, it's very droopy. Maybe I can kind of flick it at him. When the hole is too big, then it just kind of dribbles out in a sad little pee-pee stream. This sprayer is too small, it has a tiny pee-pee hole, and that's why I've built this new sprayer, which is bigger, high pressure, and has an enormous pee-pee hole with straws on the inside for laminar flow. Basically, this is you, and this is the guy she told you not to worry about.
This cannon is going to be way bigger, so instead of a syringe, I made this giant water reservoir that uses compressed air to push the water out like a super soaker.
3, 2, 1. Oh! It went far at least. It kind of was not laminar at all.
There are problems. The water stream doesn't stay continuous. It breaks up too soon, just like your parents. Also, the water reservoir is very top heavy and it actually can't stand up on its own. So I cut the reservoir in half and then made the two pieces transparent so that they look cool. This is a way more stable configuration and it actually holds twice as much water.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Alan, you've solved the tank stability problem, but you're still not going to shoot a laminar stream. And that's where you're wrong, because I still have this bucket of sticky science goo left over from my water stun gun video. This is salt water mixed with xanthan gum as a thickener, and so it's so sticky and viscous that this stuff stays continuous way easier than regular water does. Oh yes! Oh, it's so smooth! Oh! And we're out. That's gorgeous.
This is the smoothest goo I've ever seen. So this isn't going to be a handheld lightning cannon anymore, but it doesn't have to be. I'll tell you why in a bit.
Energizing big goo blaster, 3, 2, 1. Interesting. It appears that nothing is happening. Cannon too big, coil too small. Need bigger Tesla coil. This is my 800 watt AliExpress Virgin Tesla coil. And this is my friend Kevin's Giga Chad 7000 watt Tesla coil.
So I put the goo sprayer on this PVC frame to insulate it from the ground and to hold it above Kevin's coil. The metal goo nozzle is wired to the giant metal donut, so this cannon should act just like the handheld version, only 10 times bigger in every way.
I thought we needed a more realistic target than the ballistics gel head, so I've got the perfect thing right here. It's a full mannequin, so now we're gonna have the full body experience.
This dummy is holding a fluorescent tube, which if we actually hit him with electricity should light up.
What is this? What is it? This is what you've been working on? I think it's gonna work. Yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work.
It kind of sounds like you're trying to convince yourself and also me at the same time. So we're gonna test to make sure that nothing explodes when the coil is on full power without shooting any goo.
The light's already on. He's already dead.
Wait, what?
Again.
The fluorescent light is already glowing. Oh my god!
super cursed.
That's actually insane. I think if he had a pacemaker, he'd be super dead. I know it looks bad, but we gotta keep the goat away from the Tesla coil. Yeah! Yeah! Get out of here! Yeah! PETA wouldn't have done that. PETA would have let that thing fry. Energize the goo! 3, 2, 1! Oh, Jesus! Oh! Right when it hits him in the shoulder. Right when it hits him in the shoulder, you can see it arcing to his freaking body.
It's a plastic body too. How's it doing that?
There was so much goo on him that it like actually provided a
Dripped
path.
down to his feet.
Yeah.
Like boom.
So why doesn't this stream look like this stream? Well, when it first comes out, it sort of does, but then I'm not sure what happens after that. Someone smarter than me is definitely going to explain it in a really long comment below. Because the water is electrified, the fluorescent tube lights up, but it for some reason it looks cooler when it's less laminar in this case.
Oh, this is my favorite part when it starts breaking up and it's like,
Oh my God!
Dude,
there's like globs of electric
action.
goo. Yeah.
I feel like the cooler it looks, the less dangerous it is.
Yeah, like when it starts breaking up more, the tube actually lights up from further away.
Yeah.
This is like hell. It's like hell in a bottle.
I think this is 100% success.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're here from Mark Rober's video, let your parents know you're not allowed to subscribe to this channel until you turn 13. And I busted your balls, but honestly, you guys have some great ideas. So if this sort of video inspires you to build a cool project, well, Open Sauce 2024 is right around the corner, and we need exhibitor applications. Open Sauce is basically if VidCon and Maker Faire had a crack baby, but like a cool one, not a sad one. And we have a giant exhibit hall that we need to fill with cool projects. So you guys have until May 1st to submit your applications, and if you get in, it's free admission, and your odds are very good right now. So the link to the application, or if you want to buy tickets, are in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.
I'm finally a real Mythbuster!